Hey everybody, welcome to Wingman's Hangar, the penultimate episode. That's right, second from the end, episode 71. If you're new to the show, and dang it, you're awful late, this is an inside look at everything Chris Roberts' new epic adventure game, Star Citizen. We take you around to all the different studios and show you what we're up to and kind of give you the inside peek at the development of the game. So come on in, let's check it out. What do we have coming up today? Well, we have forum feedback with your questions. Sorry, no videos made it. And we take a peek over our very own lead designer, Rob Irving's shoulder, with the Arena Commander, where we're at on Arena Commander. I know everybody's very excited about that. We've got that scheduled to roll out tomorrow, so it should be really fun. It's getting there, let's just say that. What happened this week? Well, in Austin, we got a new staffer, Keegan Standifer. He's a new QA guy, and Lord knows, not just you guys are gonna be testing this thing, but we have QA in Austin and LA and Manchester, so it's very important. This guy's jumping into the fire, so to speak. And it was our very own leader's birthday. Be careful of the singing, boys.
One. Happy to you. Happy to you. Happy dear
He's got a lineup. Cigarette lineup. Smoke
All right, always good to see some singing for Chris. We had to kind of edit it out. We didn't want to hit the YouTube constraints on the happy birthday song because, as we all know, they will rip you off the air. So happy birthday to my good friend Chris Roberts, and may there be many happy returns working on this game as well. Next Great Starship episode 14 came out this week. We're getting down to the last couple episodes. The last week was one of the first semifinals, 3 teams vying for 1. There's another one of those coming up this week. Make sure you check it out. We're getting down to the last 2 for the live event on June 7th, I believe. So looking forward to seeing that. Check that out. Be sure to check out Chris's new 10 for the Chairman. It came out this Monday. Always good to see the man out there answering the subscriber questions. And if you want to talk to the man, get your questions answered, well, the only way to do that is to become a... Where is that, Mike?
Why, become a backer, become a citizen, become a subscriber, Eric.
Okay, then. That's good. Good enough. And right now, speaking of Mike, he's taking a look at the latest of the Arena Commander build with Rob. Take it away, Mike.
Eric, we've secretly replaced Rob Irving's DFM build 35248 with version 35792. Let's see if he notices.
Hey, Rob.
Hey, Mike. How's it going?
What you doing there?
Just me and the Swarm hanging out for an afternoon.
Oh, you're playing the Vendel Swarm, huh?
Oh, yeah. It's looking really solid right about now. It's fun. That's the important thing, I guess, at the end of the day, is that it's fun. And he is dead.
How does it start? How does the Vendel Swarm start?
So basically what we do is we put you into the map, we spawn enemies in like a trickle. There's 3 simple enemies in the first wave, and then we add a couple more waves that get progressively harder, and then you start getting to the boss guys. And right now, you've got 2 friendly wingmen who are helping you out on it. They seem to be doing a pretty decent job and haven't died yet, which is good. Last time I played, they died. It was very sad. But these were the easy guys, so I don't allow myself to use any missiles in the first waves.
So it looks like your wingmen are really banging away at the same target there.
Yep, it's all of us against one little guy.
So tell us about the weapons you have to start.
All right, so on the Hornet, the test Hornet, as it's called right now, you get 2 lasers in your turret, which fire wherever your head's looking, and then the chain guns try to track the target. And he is dead meat. Now we're waiting for the next wave to roll in.
So we're waiting for another wave.
They just rolled in, so we're going to meet them.
So this will be one of the first modules released.
Yep.
When we drop it on the community.
After the Hangar, which, you know, I mean, the Hangar was a big achievement because it got our engine out there in front of people. Now, it's time to play with it.
So who else is testing?
Oh man, the entire design department has been playing the game non-stop. We've got, of course, the testers are always on it. Oh, debris.
Alright, so what do you think?
Man, it is looking so good. I mean, the important thing right now is that we are having a lot of fun playing the game, which means we think everyone out there is going to have a lot of fun playing the game. We're getting the last few, glitches fixed up here and there, a little bit of tweaking, a little bit of cleanup and polish, but right now I think people are going to have loads of fun with this game.
Cannot wait to get that into you guys' hands. You can help us test it, find some of the bugs we're missing. It's very important to us that we get that thing right, so you'll be involved with that process and really looking forward to that. On a personal note, many of you know my oldest son, Winglet, has been testing for his black belt in karate. Well, this week, he took a break and got that belt. Wow, that was really cool. I cannot tell you, I'm very, very proud of Winglet for getting that. It took him 8 years, and I know it's a personal note. It's not about Star Citizen, but he's a big backer, and I'm very proud of you, Colton. Well done. Nice job, buddy. And now it's time for...
Forum feedback.
Hey, Rob, how you doing?
Good.
Pretty neat to see the Winglet chopping wood, isn't it?
I thought it was pretty neat to see me.
Oh, yeah, fair enough. Pretty neat to see you, too. It is. Well, let's get right to it, then. Did you give me any bombs on the names this week?
I really didn't do very well on that this week.
All right, cool. Then I'll be able to get through them. From Mawo, will we be able to use the holotable to customize the weapons payload in the first iteration of Arena Commander, or will all ships be pre-configured?
So for the first one, we're going to go with just pre-configured ships.
Right.
We're looking at, something that's looking at balancing and all that kind of thing. So to start with, pre-configured, and then we'll quickly add on the ability to use other weapons on those ships.
Yeah, and again, we can't overemphasize enough the value of the input we're going to get from the citizens out there playing the thing. I mean, that's what it's for, because if we were a publisher, you wouldn't be getting this for quite some time yet. From Funi, I know there are standard weapon shield engine loadouts with each of the 3 ships offered in the dogfight module. Were each balanced so that the Hornet weapon loadout would be comparable to the Aurora loadout? Or is the Aurora loadout, being a lower tier ship itself, inferior to the Hornets?
Well, we did actually take a good long look at that, and we made some quick adjustments so that they're a little more balanced.
Right.
You'll find that the missiles on the smaller ships actually are better than the ones on the Hornet, but the Hornet has more. So, I mean, it's reasonably close for the differences in the ship's abilities, but, the Hornet's still a pretty strong ship.
Yeah, and again, balancing is part of the equation. That's why we're getting it out there. All right, from Commissar, will there be any updates to how we access ships in our hangar with the Arena Commander rolling out? I have 20 plus ships and currently can't access all of them.
So I think the concern there, and don't you worry, is that, if you can't get to your Hornets, well, then how can you fly in dogfighting? So the test ships, if you have access to any of the 3, those will be the first ships you see in your hangar.
Right,
so you
right.
have nothing to worry about. Everything will be fine.
Next to the helmet. You can't play.
Do not forget your helmet.
Don't fly without your helmet. That's how you kind of access the Arena Commander menu system, is through the helmet. So you got to put that on first. And that'll come out with a how-to and the documents we're putting together for that, but you heard it here first. From Squint. Can you discuss how much keyboard, mouse, and joystick throttle customization will be available at initial release of Arena Commander? And if very little, how quickly full customization will arrive?
Can we discuss? So it's a very quick discussion. There's not any in the first iteration. Sure. We've got a lot of the stuff in place to get that rolling. It's just we don't want to do anything to destabilize the build at this point. I mean,
we're on code lock right now.
Let's get this out the door.
Right, it's bug fixing and a little optimization, and I mean, it's fun because we have multiple studios working on it, and they're all in the main branch. So we branched last week, and we have intermittently stable builds, and so now we're getting more and more stable. So that's adding features would be bad at this point. Right, from Newt. Reminds me of Monty Python. I don't know why. In the hangar, will there be separate room as a living room? A living room for the character separated from the ships.
So we're gonna add some rooms. There will be a lot more coming on the room system.
There are rooms for rooms?
There's room for rooms.
There's room for rooms.
Separate from your ships. You
said my joke better than I did.
Yeah, I actually did.
Yeah.
And Newt makes me think of aliens, actually. So.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
I'm better off.
Cool. So yeah, we're going to be putting that in, and so
there will be many rooms.
As you said, once the asteroid hangar comes out, that's the first iteration of the room system, and we'll have a bunch more stuff coming online. Some we don't want to say yet because there's some really neat stuff I think they're going to like. Yeah, but that's post Arena Commander. Oh, how can I ever Oh, it's Brian. This is This is a question I surprisingly haven't seen before. Where will our hangars be in the persistent universe? Will there be huge areas just filled with hangars, like housing developments?
Giant stacks of hangars.
It's waffle hangars.
Well, actually, one of the things when we first were talking about the hangars that we likened like the discount hangar to was the stacks of cargo crates at the shipyards in Seattle. Just towers and towers of boxes stacked side by side. But there are going to be a bunch of different starting planets for players to choose from. I think we're talking about maybe 8. I'm not sure what that number will be at the end, but there will be a bunch of large hangar complexes that people fly out of. Now, you won't necessarily see every single hangar represented physically in the universe, but there will be a lot of places to choose from, so it won't be that crowded.
Cool. I hope it's crowded. Cool. Well, from Citizen Delta, I've got a great idea. Oh, he says he's got a great idea. I've got a great idea on how you can go out with a bang. You, Rob, Ben, and Chris go head-to-head in Arena Commander. What do you think? Actually, that is a pretty great idea.
But I'd win.
Yeah, probably. But what do you think?
That would be something that would be really fun to do at some point. I think you guys are kind of going to be unavailable next week.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to work. I mean, maybe that's something that maybe the new community show could engage in. I mean, I know we're going to have some of that stuff. I'm sure Ben's got some of that up his sleeve. But all of those people, half of those people will be in UK at a Squadron 42 summit. So we're going to be working, leaving this Friday to Manchester, and we're going to be talking about what we need to do to make Squadron 42 happen and how that ties into the persistent universe and all that other gobbledygook. So we will not be able to make that happen, but we are going to have a really cool show, kind of a retrospective look back at the creation of Wingman's Hangar, its twists and turns, and you know, how Chris's idea kind of merged into this whole thing. It's just kind of to stay tuned for that. Hopefully we knock that out of the park, or you know, what are we not allowed to do?
Suck.
Don't suck. So we're going to try really hard not to suck. So, and now
for the last show, shouldn't we?
No, we don't.
It's sort of way back to its roots.
Yeah, maybe. And now here's William Lewis with this week's Most Valuable Post.
Hey everybody, I'm lead moderator Will, here to bring you this week's MVP. This week's MVP is Soundwave, who's created a video showing how Cloud Imperium Games has evolved. It's really cool to see what started as just a few people sitting around a table has changed into so many people you can't even fit them in one photo. So thank you very much, Soundwave. You're this week's MVP.
All right, this week's fan focus is MrTwelve's graphic novel, Citizen Oddity. It's drawn by Sabine Belofsky and written by Aaron Foreman. Kind of takes a look at how a Han Solo type character is in trouble. Seems to happen all the time in the Star Citizen universe. Good job on that. And that's this week's fan focus. Thanks. Well, today, we really don't have time for an interview because we're all working very hard on the Arena Commander. It's a little bit like what we're doing at PAX East. So, I mean, Rob and I, we could interview you again, but, you know, you've pretty much said everything.
That'd be awesome.
And it would be awesome. Yeah, you would be great.
I'm very exciting.
Right, but you are very exciting. But this week, coming up this week on The Next Great Starship, is the second of the semifinals. Very, very cool. Cannot wait to see who wins that thing, but I got to tell you, these last few ships are all winners to me, and I hope to see multiples in the verse if that happens. Ooh, announcing a logo design contest for the new community show Around the Verse. Ben and the community team recognize the fact that we have tons of creative people. You may not know this. I mean, some people do that have been early watchers of the show. Pleasure, one of our citizens, actually designed our Wingman's Hangar logo. So we're looking to recreate that magic. So the CI team will pick their favorite, and that'll be the logo for the new show. Head to the forums for a little more details. I want to thank subscribers and pledgers for allowing us to make this show and allowing us to bring these things directly to you. If you want to become a subscriber, you can join and you can get to work with Chris Roberts and answer those questions directly. Submit your questions for the show in the RSI forums. There's only one more chance to submit your questions for Wingman's Hangar. There's already a thread up there. I think it's called Wingman's Hangar episode 72, the finale. Should have called it the ultimate finale. I might make that change later today. And also catch Wingman's Hangover. It comes up about 30 minutes after the show, where we'll have an informal look in the chat roll with all the chat rollians, and we'll talk directly and answer some questions, and who knows what's going to happen. It's a little more informal than this, which is shocking. And remember, if you want your stuff featured on Wingman's Hangar, send it in. We just might use it. Where are we going to see him, Rob? In the verse.